Hey Lunartics Collective. This is our Lunar Pull for October the 10th, 2019. We are using the SpirtSong Tarot deck by Paulina Cassidy, and the messages are, of course, for the collective. This is the second time the Three of Air wants to come through for us. It's the Three of Feathers in this deck. Recovery and release, that was coming through when shuffling and meditating with the deck before recording. And then we have the Two of Crystals crossing that. We're going to get a couple more cards here. So it does look like a lot of the collective is going through a time of release. But at the same time, in the recent past, perhaps a new love has come in, or some open communication and sharing that has led to this release and subsequent recovery that we see at the center of the reading. It's crossed with balance and adaptability. So it's a reminder here that this release is necessary in order for you to find balance in your physical world. For some of you, it may be that a recovery is necessary because what you are releasing actually breaks your heart. For others, it's simply disappointing. There may be some harsh communication here at the center of the reading as well. But again, I think it was also open, honest sharing. And if you haven't had a new love in the recent past come in that has stirred things up in the present, then it may be just a newfound love for yourself, what you do, your independence, your own routine that has caused you to want to pull away from someone or even a group of people who don't really support that picture that you love, that you have for yourself, or that you love that you're trying to build for yourself. And for a lot of you, it is something that you are still in the process of moving into and building, because we have, again, that Two of Crystals, finding balance, achieving it, but also just still at the two, achieving that balance, but having to strive to, having to juggle in order to. So something needs to be released, I think, in order for you to in order for you to find balance and or security in your physical material realm, or someone has to be released. Something is coming to an end, and there needs to be a recovery process because someone you've been dealing with has been juggling you and someone else. That's going to be the case for some of you. If that's the case in this particular spread, I do feel like you already know that. That's already clear to you. And perhaps that's why we see new love in the recent past. That could be you having a new love come in, or it could be, it could be that you're dealing with someone who's had a new love come into their life in the recent past. It caused a three-party situation. It caused someone to be juggling, right? So that's likely you or them. And we already talked about, if it's not a three-party situation, we kind of already talked about how that applies to you as an individual there. And then in the near future, we have the Moon card. Illusions, imagination, and perception are coming through. What you know in your higher mind, when your ego is quiet, is that this is a new adventure for you. You have the potential to have a brand new beginning that you can be curious about and excited about. You can learn how to be on your own away from this person, or to heal from whatever your particular situation is, right? However it applies to you significantly or specifically, I'm sorry. And and that it's time to take a risk and a leap and move forward here. That's what your higher self that wants what's healthiest for you knows and is aware of. So those of you that may be still feeling really attracted to this person, or you know, this that's put you in a three-party situation, still really pulled toward someone who you know you should release. I really feel like, you know, you shouldn't buy what they're trying to sell you here in the near future with this illusions, dreams, imagination, perception. I feel like you might still have your blinders on to what they're saying to you. It might be in your imagination that you know you're sort of hearing what you want to hear from them, thinking there is potential where there is not. The potential here very obviously lies in your brand new beginning that you're striking out on your own, with your purity and innocence and dignity intact. Again, embracing this idea of having a new love for yourself and your independence, even and willing to embark on finding new love, being open to new love, even if it's them who seems to have experienced some sort of new love in the recent past. And this can also just be just representing like a deep crush. So perhaps they haven't actually had, you know, a new love. It just seems and looks like that, and maybe even feels like that to them. Well, we really don't want to dig into that aspect of this too deeply. You also have the Eight of Acorns, or the Eight of Fire here on the bottom of the deck as well. So to read it a different way very quickly, the Ace of Shells, yes, it's happiness and abundance, which are noted here. The potential for true happiness, a new emotional beginning in general is what it is. So it can also be renewed love. Some of you have experienced renewed love in the recent past, but still, if that's the case, you know, if it's with you know, a romantic partner, then I still see this three-party situation potential in the present. And so especially crossed with this card of juggling, that someone may be juggling two people here. And so it really looks like you're being, one way or another, whether it's someone from your past or just in the recent past, they've found someone new. It still looks like you're being involved in a lot of you are being involved in a three-party situation unwillingly. And that doesn't come through all the time on this channel or in these lunatics, these lunar pulls that I am trying to do daily. But that is just very obviously what it is for some. And then this person is going to continue to try to pull the wool over your eyes, or paint a picture that's a false reality. You're not going to be getting the whole truth even in the near future. But for those of you who are ready to embrace this new beginning and don't want to be a part of this three-party situation, want to embrace possibly a new love that's come into your life, or the possibility, the potential for new love to come into your life that matches with your vibe a little better, right? Then I also feel like the moon is speaking to you, listening to your subconscious, your intuition, literally your dreams, and what they're trying to tell you about this person in this situation, as well as being okay with moving forward, even though you don't exactly see the path. You don't see how you're going to be okay without this person, or you don't see how there's potential for you to find someone else, or something of that nature, like not being able to see what the divine has in store for you, or what love has in store for you past beyond this, how you will get over this heartbreak completely, whatever it is that's holding you back, like in that sense. Being okay with that, being okay with the fact that you don't know yet. You don't see the path, you don't see the help from the divine yet, you don't see the new partner yet, but sort of just relying on the divine at the same time. That's a lot of times what has to happen in recovery. You're still caught up in the past to some extent, and so you have to be okay with the fact that you don't exactly know the whole way forward. I mean, that's what this taking a leap is about. That's why, Yes, it's dangerous and risky, this new beginning as well. But like I said, there's so much potential here. There's adventure. It really shows how much faith you have in yourself to leap forward, not knowing what you're going to meet, right? So that's what I see coming through for us for the lunar pool for October 10th. And I will post another one for us as soon as I can.